Good morning. Nat King Cole does it much better than I, but anyway, for whatever reason, I've just listened to it, but I don't want to get a strike for copyright, so I can't play it, but it's there. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, I ain't gonna study war no more, bum, bum, bum. Down by the riverside, I ain't gonna study war no more. Amen. So that the theme, man, is the carnival going on in London. I'm allowed to introduce my city voices. I think I did go to one once, actually. They do like a good carnival, the old West Indians, and they beat us at cricket as well. I wonder why. The Church of England apologising for the slave trade 200 years after it was abolished, so that was William Wilberforce, who fought for 30 years from within government in England, Britain by then, I think. The Union, Act of Union was 1801. I've just been watching a film about William Pitt with Robert Donat, so that's why I know those dates. I like Robert Donat. He was such a lovely man, died at only the age of 53. Anyway, that's a slight digression. William Wilberforce, 2007, all the great and the good gathered there at Westminster Abbey and apologised to the West Indians, the black people of the Caribbean, as it were, for the slave trade. Well, the response of the black people, I think, has been, apart from anything else, but one of the major responses has been to sing Negro spirituals and so on. What's the wonderful one by? Can't think of it just now, but anyway, Nat King Cole was definitely one of the best. The Armstrong's pretty good too. Mahalia Jackson, who was a very large black lady again, but she had the most wonderful voice. Her version of Silent Night is not the sort of standard tune, but it's still very beautiful. So, Study War No More is partly prompted by this chap has popped up. I haven't had any contact with him for over 12 years now, and he suddenly popped up. LED. Yahweh or No Way. So Yahweh, Y-A-H-W-E-H, or No Way, exactly as you say it. And his first site was hacked, so he's moved on to Yahweh or No Way. Number 1! It's a big lad in America. And so I was looking at some old films. I will keep following the thread of this. And I was in Stockport by Manchester, flying out to Italy at the time, just about to fly out to Italy. And I made really rather a strong, shall we say, film overlooking the river there. In the car park by Asda's. The Light of Christ. And that was 2013, October the 13th, actually, I think, as it happens. Just on this issue of violence. I am a Christian. If you accept the love of God through Christ within you, that's the end to all forms of violence. Full stop, no discussion, no argument, not interested. Alden, the first British martyr, martyred in early 200 AD, was a Roman centurion, definitely involved in the killing of the locals, no doubt, in his military career, saw the light of Christ, and knowing his fate would be martyrdom, obviously would have refused to follow the orders of the emperor, the Roman emperor, so he was martyred. And he's venerated. So how have we lost the plot so? Currently, obviously, there's this huge conflict, Russia-Ukraine. And nowhere really do I hear a voice saying, stop killing, just stop. Who stops first is the point, isn't it? That's why Christ came. If they strike you on, not the only reason Christ came, but he was absolutely clear on this. If they strike you on one cheek, give unto them the other cheek. Every single hair on the head of your fellow man, woman, and child is precious and special. Therefore, you can't even think of killing them. Amen to that. Well, I'm still here. I'm saying exactly the same thing that I was saying. I didn't have the beard then, I had the long hair. I grow them in part, not entirely, but I never cut either my hair or my beard because of the suicide of my son. Tragically, at the age of 18, he'd be 30 this year, on November the 12th, if he made it, but he did it when he was 18. It was a broken marriage, and my former wife had been sexually abused by her own father, but, of course, it was all my fault. She was rubbish, according to his mother. So the poor old fellow never had the love of his father, and there we are. And so he took his own life, which you're not meant to do, really. So I'm living for him too, but I am here. And saying exactly the same thing. Good. I think, realistically, in fact, what is going to happen is Armageddon, as Christ foretells. In Matthew, Mark, and Luke, it's not in the Gospel of John, but the three passages there about the end times. And they will come because exactly this. God knows all this stuff about what mankind is, what we are. We're animals, I'm afraid. Not always, wonderfully, blessedly, there are those who see the light. But clearly, the sort of generality of people within their hearts don't. If one refused to vote for a politician, if we all refused to vote for a politician, unless they actually stated categorically we will not go to war. Well, That's not going to work, is it? Britain is a warlike nation. Just look at our history. They rattle in their sabres, Russia and America, but nuclear weapons, well, all of that. So, I am, as a Christian, in no doubt whatsoever, as far as I'm concerned, and I do like debate and discussion, but ultimately there is no discussion on this matter, as far as I'm concerned, worth having, because Christ has given us the perfect example, and that is, if they strike you on one cheek, give unto them the other cheek. Every single hair on the head of your fellow man and woman and child is precious and special, therefore no killing. So, down by the riverside, I'm gonna study, oh no, Amen. Oh, there's light in my Christian place. Amen.